If the bullet doesn't need to be fired with a gun, can it still be accurate? Assuming the hammer is the trigger and the bullet is shot out of it, no one knows where it's going to fly. If you put the bullet into a gun barrel and then hit it with a hammer, it will fly out along the gun barrel into a straight line. If there is a sugar line in this gun barrel, the bullet will move along the sugar line and further improve the flight stability of the bullet. If you change the hammer to gunpowder, the high-pressure gas produced by the gunpowder explosion will be able to shoot the bullet out of the gun barrel quickly. But there is a problem that the gunpowder filling is very troublesome and causes the firing speed of the gun to be very slow. Later, the engineer designed a custom-made bullet with a shell, and the bullet and the trigger were integrated together. The bottom fire that hits the bottom of the bullet can complete the shooting and greatly improve the filling and shooting speed of the gun. The firing method of the bottom fire has also been improved. When the extra hammer is obviously non-existent, the engineer also designed a custom-made firing structure. First of all, a hammer is added to the back of the hammer, but a hammer is not enough. It is not enough to hit the hammer. So the engineer added a link under the hammer and used the spring at the bottom of the gun to hold it. This will compress the spring force when moving the hammer backwards and then loosen the hammer to complete a hit. Then the hammer and the gun barrel are integrated into the gun barrel, and the gun barrel is pushed back to complete the hammer force, and the gun barrel is connected to the gun barrel through a spring. So you can automatically return to the position with the rear gun on the gun. But here's another problem. A hammer that's not blocked will move forward with the gun barrel, so you also need a bamboo iron to hold the hammer and fix the spring that brings the spring. The bottom of the hammer is a special shape of the barrel. The bamboo iron can be stuck in a certain position on the barrel and prevent the barrel from turning back to fix the spring that brings the spring. Then, connect the bamboo iron to the trigger, and then the trigger can be linked to the bamboo iron to release the locked barrel. The spring of the spring mechanism. Here's another problem. If there's no external intervention, the bamboo iron won't automatically return to its position. So you have to add a bamboo iron spring so that it can automatically lock the barrel when the hammer is moving. To complete the design of the trigger structure, it's time to solve how to install the bullet. There's a spring at the bottom of the magazine that can push the bullet up automatically, and there's a closing design on the top of the magazine that prevents the bullet from being pulled out by the spring. The slide in the barrel can push the bullet forward along the closing, but the position of the barrel is a little high. The bullet can't enter the barrel smoothly. But don't worry about this problem, the engineer came up with it at the beginning. The barrel is connected to the gun by a movable shell. When the barrel moves backwards, the spacer on it will be stuck in the barrel groove with the barrel moving back together and making the barrel a little lighter. This way, the bullet can be pushed into the barrel by the slide, and then the barrel is pushed back with the spacer on the barrel. After the bullet is triggered, the rear seat will push the barrel and the magazine back, and the magazine will hit the slide, and the trigger will bounce out of the barrel, and then the barrel is pushed back by the spring. If you hold the trigger and you don't let go, the hammer and the trigger don't have an extension. It will go up automatically with the rear gun on the gun and then hit the needle and the empty shell, and the handgun becomes a fully automatic weapon. To prevent this from happening, the engineer added a separation in the clasp, and it would unbolt the trigger and the clasp's connection. At the same time, it was blocked by the spring, and it could only be slid until it reached a certain position. There was a connection between the clasp and the trigger. It's only when you pull the trigger down that the bullet is launched.